So as the video title suggests, yes, I'll be power scaling myself against different fictional characters as to who I'd beat in a 1v1 in a game to 11. And yes, I'll be going based off of the knowledge I have of these characters, not based off of like, I don't know, some crazy underrated manga or just comics, because I'm not that much of a nerd. So don't try to hate on me too much. Our first character we got is Patrick Star. Now from what I've seen, he's about 3 to 4 feet, 100 to 150 pounds, and he's kind of dumb, so there's that as well. But from what I've seen of SpongeBob, he's pretty strong, and yeah, he can get pretty athletic sometimes when he's agitated. But here's the thing, I'm 6 foot, 180 pounds, there's decent mid-range shooter, decent 3-point shooter, but really a slasher, and I can dunk. So I'm gonna say it's my way, 11 to 5. For our next character, we have Robin, and as y'all know, he's just like Batman, as someone who's been training for most of his life, literally all his childhood, into becoming a physical specimen and a peak human being. So I'm decently sure that he's probably gonna beat me. I'd say 11 to 9. And before y'all are like, whoa, how are you gonna score that much? You gotta understand, I don't think bro is that adept when it comes to basketball. Like, you understand, he's been training his whole life to fight crime, not hoop. Not someone like me has been doing this since I was 9 years old, guys. So relax. Now, albeit I will give it some of the fact that because he's been training so hard, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have crazy stamina, crazy strength, crazy speed, and for sure crazy bounce. So that's the only reason I'm even giving him the edge in this one. And also because I'm afraid of Batman. Now, the next character we have me going against is Colossus from the X-Men. Now, considering the fact that he's 10 feet tall, made of metal, I highly doubt that he's really agile or even that fast. So I'm going to give this to myself, 11-0 skunk. Now, before y'all are like, whoa, you're giving you too much credit. I understand, bro. He probably doesn't know how to hoop. The guy is quite literally foreign in like every single version you see him in X-Men. Not to mention, as I said before, basketball is a game of agility. Now, I'm sure being strong can have its little advantages here and there, and also the fact he's as tall as the rim is actually quite intimidating now I think about it. But again, I'm way faster than bro. 180 pounds against what, 1,000? Now, our next character we have me going against is Orochimaru from Naruto. Now, this one is probably the one that intimidates me the most due to the fact that Orochimaru is one of those like slimy, slippery, and just crazy guys that you don't really know what they have up their sleeve for real. Like, he might actually have some type of background in hooping somehow, some way. Another intimidating fact is the fact he's also the diddler of Naruto. So there's the fact that even if I do beat him, he might quite literally scar me for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna give it to him 11 to 7. Now, for these next couple of characters, I'm going to give a bit more of an in-depth analysis or explanation as to why I'd win or they'd win, as I'm trying to also run up the screen time as well. So the next character we have is Wolverine. Now, at first glance, this may seem like quite the easy dub considering the fact he's 5'2", 5'3", hairy, stocky. But you have to remember the fact that this is Wolverine. Like, this is the Wolverine. So you gotta understand that almost all his stats are maxed out. Speed, agility, strength. So the only thing that really could help me win in this situation is if I actually knew how to play basketball better than him, or to be more precise, if he didn't know how to play basketball that much. But considering the fact he's been around for hundreds of years, I'm very confident on the fact that he's probably played basketball a couple times, like to the point where he's relatively decent, like to the point that like he probably can beat some NBA players just because of his abilities. So the only variable that could really depend on how this game is going to go is whether or not he has a decent jump shot. Because as I mentioned beforehand, I actually am a decent mid-range shooter, and I'd say like a 35% 3-point shooter. So I'm going to say this is probably up in the air, but I'm going to round it out to 11 to 9 my way. For my next opponent, we have Gojo from JJK. And whether or not I win this actually stems from whether or not I'm in his universe hooping or in my universe hooping. Now, you may be wondering, why does that matter? But if you actually watch JJK, then you know that in JJK, then Gojo was quite literally unstoppable. Now, to further elaborate on this, I really mean that Gojo is quite literally the top standard for everything. Meaning you can see someone do the most crazy thing ever, and he's only going to be second to Satoru Gojo. You can see someone give out 30,000 pieces of bread, and guess what? He's going to be second to Satoru Gojo, who gave out 50,000. Like the way it works is just kind of crazy. And you may be wondering, how's that affect the 1v1? Well, if I'm second to Satoru Gojo in our universe, that means I quite literally cannot beat him, as again, he's the top standard of everything. Now, the only person who's ever lost to as well, we all know who that character is, but again, he's one of those Satoru Gojos of the Heian era, so obviously he lost to him. So again, y'all, it really does depend on which universe I'm playing him in, but let's say it's in my universe, for example, I'd say it's a cool 11-7, because I did see him hooping in the beginning of JJK season 2, and that boy was giving that boy buckets, I ain't gonna lie. Now for my next character I'll be facing, it'll be Invincible from the show Invincible, but we'll call him Mark Grayson. Anyways, I'm really sure I'll probably beat bro 11-5, and I'm only giving him 5 points really because of the fact he's a Viltrumite, and you know, Viltrumites are pretty much capable of almost any and everything nowadays, so that's the only reason I'm even giving him that much. Next opponent in line is Homelander from The Boys, and he's gonna win 11-0. That's it, just 11-0. And no, just for clarification and reference, he is not that good at basketball at all. I don't think he's even played basketball before, but it's really just because of the fact that I'm scared of bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he quite literally could just kill me for scoring one layup on him, or just saying and one after I boom him in his chest for a little and one contact lay. Like, I just can't risk it, bro. I got a family to come back to, bro. I got a YouTube channel to come back to, man. I just cannot risk it. Not to mention, he's so bipolar and just so unpredictable that I'm just going to be too fearful to even try to shoot or make a layup due to the fact I don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to say. If the ball hits the rim too hard and it just, I don't know, fucks with his ears to the point he's like, you know what? Let's just kill everyone on the court. Lastly, my final opponent will be Goku from Dragon Ball, and I'm just going to give it to him 11-7. And really, I'm probably can't beat him, but just because of how much inspiration and how much just all I have for bro, I'm just gonna let him win anyways, because he quite literally contributed to a lot of my childhood. Literally was the second anime I watched, and might have been the first just because of how much I used to see him in my childhood. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it to him. I concede, he wins. That's it. Anyways, y'all, if y'all made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great day, y'all. Hope God's been blessing you the way he's been blessing me, and hope you guys stay prayed up and safe. And if you're in the area where it's snowing right now, tell me how many inches it snowed in the comments.